there was Tony Stewart and Denny Hamlin, but that was a race of a different sort.
And I was going to say, all those were questionable of whether they were actually passes.
Look at Martin. He looks back, said, I think I got this. And guess what?
There it is.
I think he's got it
wow,
too.
6 car lengths in the middle of turn 11, and it might as well be 6 miles. Around the final corner to the checkered flag, Martin Truex Jr.
It's Clayton Hughes, a spotter.
Alright guys, we'll do the mid-season report here. It's hard to believe we're pretty much halfway through the season, and just want to do a report here on the season standings and stuff, and talk about some stuff. You know, as we take a look here at the standings, Joey Logano has a 1-point lead over Kyle Busch. Kevin Harvick's hanging in there in third, even though he hasn't won this year. He's just consistently top 10 and hangs in there. Brad Keselowski's fourth. Martin Truex Jr. is fifth. After the win at Sonoma, ties him with Kyle Busch for most wins with 4. Denny Hamlin is hanging a strong 6th. Chase Elliott 7th. That hurt him a little bit with that oil pressure problem they had there at Sonoma. Kurt Busch is 8th. Ryan Blaney had a good solid run, and Alex Bowman, Eric Almirola, Clint Bowyer, man, that just no luck whatsoever. Daniel Suarez having a typical Suarez year. William Byron had a great car at Sonoma. Why he pitted, I'll never know. You know, if you win, you're in. So I think that team's strong enough where they can point their way in. So I would have took a chance to pit it and married to him, see what he could have done with Truex and Busch. But I don't think he could have beat him. But if he finished 34th, would have equaled out what he would have had in points anyway by doing that. So Kyle Larson, another guy. He's got the talent. I've said this before. He's a great driver. His team and his crew chief just ain't with him. And whenever he pitted there, I was sitting there thinking at the stage, I'm like, why? Why did he pit? I don't understand it. You know, you're going to restart 24th. You know, there's no way you can get up there to get points in stage 2. And so it just takes brains, common sense, and you think these crew chiefs have a little bit more in that. But on with that. Ron Newman, 16th typical year. Jimmy Johnson, 17th. You know, Jimmy, I'd love to see him have one more win before he quits. And I think if it ain't next year, it'll be the year after he'll announce his retirement, because he's just like anybody else. He's getting, you know, up there in age a little, starting to fall off. So I don't know. I just think he's going to need something special there. Paul Menard, Ricky Stenhouse, and Chris Buescher is 21st. Them are the guys. Everybody else, I think it's going to take a miracle. But the drivers this year I want to talk about so far that's been upwards right now, and the ones falling downwards. Just start with a downward fall. Denny Hamlin, I think, is going to fall a little bit. He just ain't. I don't know. I don't think his confidence is there. Kurt Busch is slowing down a little bit. He's not had the consistent finishes he had earlier. Alex Bowman, same way. Clint Bowyer's just had bad luck. Kyle Larson, super bad luck. Even though he won an all-star race, that don't get you into the playoffs. So, you know, them are the guys I think that the confidence has bottled them down low. So we'll see how it goes. I think they're going to have to get some confidence in the next few races to step it up. But the guys that's hot is, of course, my guy, Martin Truex Jr. In 2017, when we won the championship, we had 2 wins this time of the year. Now we've got 4 this year. So, you know, we could see an 8-win year. And Kyle Busch, too, an 8-win year. Them 2 guys are working great together. Their crew chiefs are working great together. And that's the magic trick that it takes. And Chase Elliott, I think he's going to stay up. I think he's just consistent every week. Kevin Harvick, I don't know if he'll win or not, but I see him run top 10. Joey Logano, too. And William Byron, you know, I can possibly see him running better. His crew chief's got to make better decisions, though. But I mean, he's stepping up a little bit, and Chris Bushler, he may be 21 points, but look at Matt Dedebeto, finished 4th. If they'd had a late caution there, something could have happened. He could have snuck in a win and gotten the playoffs. So them 2 drivers there with Bushler and Dedebeto is running pretty good. Give them credit. Now in terms of teams, Joe Gibbs Racing is definitely the best team out there, and it's just the teamwork, and they got, whether people wants to admit it or not, they got 2 of the best drivers in NASCAR. Truex and Busch are, when it comes down to tracks like Sonoma where it's more in the driver's hands than it is, say, now at the mile and a half where it's just drafting, you're going to see Truex and Busch and some of these guys, they're going to dominate because they just got the experience. And that plays a lot of huge difference because you got people they're racing against that's only been in the sport 2 or 3 years, like Chase Elliott and William Byron and some of these guys. Great young talent, it's just they just don't have the experience yet. And the Fords are running solid. Chevrolets are starting, I would say a couple of them are running pretty decent. Toyota's won 10 out of the first 16 races, guys. Can they win 20? It is possible. I could possibly see them winning 15 to 20 races of the regular season. I mean, that's just magical to have 10 out of 16. And you got to remember, Truex finished second twice. It could have been 12 out of 16. And I don't know how many times, if Kyle's finished second or what, it could have been more than that. So they're just on their game right now. And I know a buddy of mine said said he hates Truex more than he does Busch now. And I'm like, well, that's cool. You tell you why? Because if your driver's being hated on, he's winning races. And so that's what you want. You want your driver not to be popular, because if your driver's popular, what I meant to say, I messed up there. You want your driver to be popular because that means he's doing something. If his name's brought up, comments says, oh, Truex cheated, Busch cheated, that means they're doing good and winning races. Not like some other guys. So, but this season overall with the new package this year, I think in some tracks it's helped, some tracks it ain't. I think we go back a week or so ago to Pocono. Pocono was horrible racing. They've got to do something about that. And next year they're wanting to run 2 Pocono races in one weekend. They better not bring that package there, because the fans will be empty. The short tracks I think have been really, really good, but that's because they got that 750 horsepower. So I think that helps out the short tracks. The regular miles are decent, decent in that, and then you got your mile and a half, which in my opinion are horrible still. Because it's just, you want to see drivers win the race with their talent, not just win a race because they had a draft. That's just my opinion on it. I'd love to see them put 750 horsepower back in these mile and a halves and work on it from there. Because whenever you watch them swerving to try the draft, I'm like, we're not watching IndyCar, guys. We're supposed to be watching NASCAR. I shouldn't have to follow and swerve around, follow a guy, try to rely on that. To me, it's just not racing. So, my point with this package this year is I will give it out of a 10, a 4.5, just because it has given other drivers opportunities to be competitive. But I think they definitely got more work to do. I'm just being straight out honest as a fan of the racing, and I know some other people are like that too. Real Radman, I don't know if you guys watch his channel, but he said the same thing. This past weekend was good racing because you had a track where the tires wore out, talent was involved. It was just a great race. But once you get these tracks with the new package that are newly paved, it's horrible racing. So I don't know. We'll see what Indianapolis comes up here in the future. I'm predicting to be kind of like Pocono. You're going to see a little train of cars following each other down the back straightaway swerving. That's just my opinion on it. But overall this season, I think you're starting to now see the people that's going to be contenders and people who ain't. I'm already putting Truex and Busch in the Final Four in Miami. And the other two positions will be close between some good drivers. I think Chase Elliott will be in there, Keselowski, even Kevin Harvick. Even though he ain't won, don't count him out. But I think them other two positions will be pretty critical because Busch and Truex is starting to get them points pretty high. And if they keep adding to them once they get to 30 and 40 points, it's going to take some bad luck for them not to get to Miami. So we'll see about that. Tell me, guys, what you think down below of the season so far. How do you think the package is? What do you think NASCAR needs to do to make it better? Who do you think's going to rebound? Who do you think's going to come out of nowhere and just shock us all? That's just my thoughts on that. And remember, subscribe to the channel. Check out everybody's links down below. Subscribe to them. And been a strange first half of the year, guys, but we'll see what the second half brings to us. So good. Everybody have a good one. The Chicago Pick 5 contest will be out soon. We'll see you guys later.